Okay, so it wasn't a week, it was more like 2 days, but they were in the same week, so I think that doesn't count as clickbait.
That's it. That's my intro.
Hi, I'm Amanda, you're watching Swell Entertainment, and today I am talking about how I became an influencer for a week, but it was really only about like 2 days, but the 2 days were in a row, and yeah. I kind of go back and forth on what my official job description is. I usually just tell people I'm a YouTuber or a content creator, but considering I usually only make content on YouTube, YouTuber is my go-to. And sometimes I kind of go back and forth between whether or not I should or am considered an influencer. But before I continue, let me first thank the sponsors for this video, Cerebral. I have talked about Cerebral multiple times on this channel now about how they've been able to help me get a better hand on my anxiety. Cerebral is a mental health platform that provides ongoing access and treatment options for anxiety, depression, and insomnia, as well as other things, all at a flat monthly rate. Cerebral is incredibly convenient with their online setup, and the privacy honestly can't be beat. Cerebral uses a comprehensive care model to focus on long-term treatment, and Cerebral is incredibly affordable with or without insurance. With the help from Cerebral and my therapist and care counselor, I have been able to get a much better handle on my anxiety and start working on ways for me to deal with it better. Cerebral offers 3 plans: medication and care counseling, medication and therapy, and therapy. If you're ready to take the next step in your mental health journey, go ahead and click the link in my description box to take a questionnaire. That'll get you paired with a care provider and help you take the next step on your mental health journey. Your first month starts out at only $30. Thank you again to Cerebral for sponsoring this video. Personally, for the most part, I think that if you have an online platform, you were like maybe 2 degrees of separation away from having a cult. And I had this proven to me like last year when I told you guys that I joined a cult for a video, and a bunch of you were like, hey, that's not fair. Tell me what the name of the cult is so I can join it with you. And that is why I never believe YouTubers or content creators who get called out for grooming their fans when they start saying that they didn't understand the type of power that they had, because that is a load of crap. You know, and you are using it to manipulate your fan base. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. I think that everyone in the current day and age with an online platform has some type of influence over the people consuming their content, whether the audience is fully aware of it or not. And when I'm talking about that, I mean like, oh, Emma Chamberlain dressing in a certain way, and then suddenly like Brandy Melville's stock goes up or something. Like that type of thing. You may not be totally aware of the correlation, but like the style shifts are there, you know, things like that. In my case, I have a lot of you say, hey, I'm not gonna buy this until you review it. Or I get a lot of comments after I've done a video that I wasn't sure if any of you would like, oh, thank God you did this now because I keep seeing the ads and I was gonna buy it and now I'm not going to. That's where I see a lot of it. But the reason I don't usually consider myself an influencer in like the general knowledge of the word is that I usually am not being invited to events and my presence is not there to gain hype, or I am not being sent products in the vague hope by a company that I will post about it and they will get some sales from it. A couple of things here and there I am gifted or I am sent to my PO box or whatever here and there, but usually it's not like a common occurrence. It's very rare for that to happen with me or for a company to be like, hey, can we send you something? And they don't want me to endorse it or only say positive things or sign something, blah, 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 blah. And that's just not what's going to happen. I don't do dedicated video reviews, and I also don't do positive reviews just for you gifting me a product. No, I have no problem buying things to review them. I've done that most of my career, entirely for my career for the most part. I don't care. And so I don't need to trade a positive review for a free product. I just don't want to do it, and I won't do it. So most companies won't send me things because they're worried I'm going to speak negatively about their products. So they just decide, we're going to pretend she doesn't exist, or they don't know I'm existing. And that's the usual category that I fall into. But it kind of goes back and forth on whether or not I am considered an influencer. And I think that's why these 2 events were like over my head a little bit. I was like, I am confused. So I went to 2 events this week. One of them was a rooftop screening of a new Peacock series, Dr. Death, that was put on by Wandering. And the podcast Dr. Death that the Dr. Death Peacock show is based on, I listened to that when it was coming out. I was obsessed with it. I tried to bully people into listening to that podcast because it was just so good and it shook me and it made me so uncomfortable. Like, I have fears of doctors and fears of hospitals. This podcast doesn't help with that at all. I'm not spoiling anything for you. The show's called Dr. Death. The guy is known as Dr. Death. His negligence, his narcissism killed multiple people. Like, a serial killer. That's what this dude is. So when I was previously in Vegas, my manager sent me an email saying, oh yeah, I have a manager. You know, the funny thing about being out here in LA is that sometimes things that I would say previously or whenever, now that I'm based in LA, if I just say things that I said before, like, oh, I'm working, I'm filming something, or I'm doing a screen test, or I'm taking photos for this, or whatever. Those are stuff I've been doing for the last over a year. But now that I'm in LA, my dad, my brother, my family, my friends, if I mention that in passing, because it's part of my job, they're just like, Amanda's big timing us. You're so LA. It's the same things I've been doing. I'm just in a different city. That's not even far. I'm still like, I'm from Tustin. That's an hour away. Not even that. 45 minutes if there's no traffic. Like, what? Anyway, now that I say things like my manager, I realize how that sounds. But anyway, I have a manager, and when I was in Vegas for my solo trip, he had forwarded me a message saying like, hey, I got you in a +1 on this. Don't bother applying. I know you're on vacation, like have fun, whatever. They had basically reached out to the agency that my manager works with, and they represent me, all that. And they said, hey, does anyone on your lineup want to come and see this viewing, whatever? So that's how I got invited to this thing. It's not like they reached out to me directly. They reached out to the agency and they were like, hey, Amanda likes stuff and movies and true crime. Let's shove her in there. So yay, that's how I got invited. So I got to go to this showing. It was in El Segundo. My friend Jordan came with me. And Jordan is very much not online. If anyone's wondering, because some people are like, I want to see Jordan's stuff. Most of her accounts are private. She doesn't want to be a YouTuber. She doesn't want to be an influencer. She is very much just my +1. That's really it. She liked being a +1. It was fun. She's a good +1 too, because I know that if I like have to wander off to talk to someone or something, I know she'll make a friend. Like she's one of those people. Like she just kind of is a chameleon when it comes to group settings. So she's a good +1 to take with me. But I took her because they said there was free drinks and I don't drink. And I was like, do you want alcohol? And she was like, sure, I'll come. Neither of us ended up drinking. We both ended up just getting sodas that were complimentary, so that was nice. But anyway, it was a rooftop party. She came over here, and I was like, okay, rooftop party. I want it to be comfortable, but like still dressed up a little bit, whatever. So I was wearing boots and jeans and a black bodysuit that it was like just lazy, casual, but like still like it's LA, like that type of, I don't know how to describe style ever. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen this story. Hi, I am scrambling to find something else to wear because Jordan and I are quite literally wearing the same outfit and we're in my apartment, so I'm the one that has to change. So I am looking for something else to wear to this thing. I like came out of my closet because she came out of the closet and she had been dressed as well, but she came here. So she only had the clothes that she brought with her. Her and I were wearing the exact same goddamn thing. Black tank top, jeans, black boots. Like it I was like, we can't walk in like this. We just can't. So I started looking and scrambling for clothes, and then I realized I hated half the clothes in my closet because I dress for comfort, not style most of the time. But now that I'm being invited to places and I have been able to shuffle through my closet for these videos because I do weekly videos now, like this is a Bride of Frankenstein shirt that I got from H&M a while ago. And sometimes I sleep in it. Today I'm not. You know, like I need to do an overhaul of my closet. That's what these events told me. But I wore like a different top and then black jeans and then black boots or whatever. And it was fine. It was fun. I don't know why my brain didn't think, rooftop, nighttime, cold. I don't know why we didn't make that connection, but Jordan was freezing as well, so I felt less dumb about it. It was like a rooftop cinema club thing that they were putting on, and they quite literally had popcorn and sodas and fries and stuff. Jordan and I got fries because we were freezing, because I was like, because even though it's dummy hot out here in LA right now, nighttime still happens, and I'm not built for the cold anymore. I'm just not. I'm not built for the heat, and I'm just not built for the cold. And I don't know how to... the moon? I don't know. Where can I go? But luckily for me and Jordan, Wondery was also giving out shirts that had like the Wondery logo and then like their current podcast on the back. It's a really comfortable shirt. It's really nice. And they were giving those out and they were free. So between the first episode and the second episode, I was like, can we get one now? Because they had originally said when we're leaving. They were like, yeah, go right ahead. So I took one for me and one for Jordan, and we were quite literally like bundled up inside our shirts in our seats. I'm not going to talk much about the shows or the movie themselves because that's just not the point of this. We're talking about the events, not the content. But for the most part with the Wondery event, I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was just kind of going in like open-minded. I didn't know what to expect or what the deal was. It was definitely more of like a business event for Wondery and like for Wondery employees, because most of the people that I talked to were like, oh, what do you do at Wondery? And I'm like, oh no, I'm a YouTuber. I was like invited, sort of. They were like, oh, okay. And then would like walk away. So it was definitely more of like a business event than anything else, which is fine. We got to see the 2 episodes. It was probably like the only reason that I'm gonna end up getting Peacock, because I was surprised by how good the episodes are. Warning, obviously, because I mentioned medical malpractice. You don't see pretty much anything. You really don't. But what they don't show you of the surgeries and stuff makes it worse. And that's a good balance to have, but it makes you so uncomfortable because your brain is subconsciously filling in the gaps. Oh my God, the sound. Oh, no. I really only had like 2 or 3 conversations that were like even short, but like could even be construed as conversations, and was polite, was myself, was whatever. Me and Jordan had fun, took a couple photos, posted about it on my story when I got home a little bit. And that was really it. And then a couple of days later, when I was having my weekly call with my manager, we were just talking about business stuff. We're working on me doing a podcast, not with Wondery or anything like that. I'm just doing a podcast. And we were talking about the events, and he wanted to hear from my experience, and we'll talk about the second event in a second, but he wanted to hear from my words, like how I thought it went. And I was like, oh yeah, it was definitely more of like a business thing for Wondery, but like the show was good. It was nice. It was like actually really well set up on like this rooftop. Like it was pretty cool. And what I liked as well is that for the Rooftop Cinema Club, which is who like did the showing basically with Wondery, I believe, they had it set so that all of the audio was actually through headphones. So one, you can't steal the footage, like you can't illegally record anything, which is smart. But also there's no issues with like audio, like if you're farther on the back, it still sounds like you're right up front. There's no city sounds or whatever because you're on a rooftop, you know, like no wind issues or anything like that. So that I liked a lot too. So I was just telling him about that and then telling him about the show itself. And he was like, that from the feedback, that doesn't sound like it at all. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm thinking like, oh God, what did I do? Did I like ignore someone without realizing it? And he was like, oh no, they loved you. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, they thought you were great. They wanted to know when you're free next for these next events. They wanted your P.O. box. They wanted that. I was like, oh, nice. Moral of the story is just be polite. Don't be a dick. That, and then like one of the people I talked to, very briefly, me and Jordan talked to, was, I don't even think we exchanged her name. I don't even think we got her name. But she was like, oh, what do you guys do for Wondery? And we were like, no, don't, but I love the podcast, was accepting, talking about the story and all of that. So, I mean, I don't know if that did it. I don't know. Anyway, it went well. It was fine. Me and Jordan got In-N-Out Burger afterwards. The following day, I had actually been invited, and this one was directly reached out to me by a representative for Escape Room Tournament of Champions from Sony Pictures. They said, hey, we're doing an event in LA for an escape room. We'd like for you to come. And basically they just made it very clear, like, hey, in exchange for coming, like, we just want you to post like a couple of social engagement posts. My manager was like, okay, cool, loop me in. We'll see what we can do. And so basically it was like, okay, we're gonna get 3 story posts out of it and I get to go. Went to this event and the email said dress comfortable. But I was still like, I still wanna look nice. So I wore jeans, like capri jeans, sneakers, and a white shirt. And then I don't know why I was like, no makeup, like just mascara. That's all you're gonna wear. I don't know why. Maybe because it was hot. It was so hot. I like parked a ways away and then walked from there because there was free parking here and it was like $30 here. And I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I'm not gonna pay $30 if I'm here for 20 minutes because it said 15 to 20 minutes for the escape room itself. So I was like, I don't want to pay that. But yeah, I had a reserve time of like 2:40. I got there a little early because it said like show up 15 to 30 minutes earlier. So I went and got checked in. They were like, okay, cool. Wait over here. We have a drink station. We have ice cream. We have this, whatever. It was like a shady area. Still hot as hell. Still in Hollywood. But we were in shade. And I really there wasn't a whole lot of us there at that time. It was just me. And I was like melting immediately. Like I pulled my hair up. I was sweating. I had to yell at my dad because I was like, did I get my sweating issues from you? Because this is annoying. Like I was like pouring sweat. It was gross as hell. ugh. Before anyone says like it was the jeans that I was wearing, like they were like really thin capri jeans. Like I wore thicker in like Vegas, okay? Like it shouldn't have been a problem. I don't know what was going on with me. And before anyone says menopause, I'm 23. I was kind of hanging around, didn't see a lot of people there. I got a water, was like chugging that. I drank like 3 waters while I was at this event because it was so hot. 2 guys showed up. They were like kind of saying they're talking, whatever. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and integrate myself with them to say hi and stuff. So I started talking with them because I just heard them say like, oh, I wonder how long the escape room's gonna be. And I was like, it said 15 to 20 minutes. Like I'm trying. I was there by myself. I had asked a couple of people. No one could come. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm integrating myself with these strangers. Let's do this. So they were all journalists. We all had the same time slot. We had all shown up early. And so we were talking a little bit. I was like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber, yada, 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 talking about the movie and stuff and the last one and all of that. And then it was time for us to go in. So I went in with these 3 journalist dudes. And as we were walking in, someone came up and was like, hey, Amanda, hi, oh my God, I need to get better at names. This is like going to be my downfall. I'm horrible at names. She was wonderful, very sweet. But she was like, I run the social media team. Can I get a couple of photos with you before you go in? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Because I was like, oh God, I forgot this was a part of it. Because like I knew I had to post photos. It didn't click to me that they were going to be like, oh yeah, no, we're going to take photos of you while you're there. Like it didn't click that. That didn't click. It just doop, nope, didn't happen. So we go inside. She took a couple of photos of me and I was like, am I posing okay? Because like I felt so awkward. And again, it was so hot. I was like melting. I just suddenly felt really gross. I just felt like, ugh. She was like, oh no, you're so cute. It's fine, whatever. And like, get comfortable, sit down. And then she was like, do you want a couple on your phone? I was like, yeah, sure. Handed her these. We only got 2 photos of me on my phone. Let me show you these. I think I'm blinking in both of them. As she was taking my photos, we were on the train that the escape room like was. And then the doors closed automatically. And she was like, oh, I guess I'm in here with you guys. And she just kind of stood against the door and like waited while we did the escape room. At the end of it, we took a photo, me and the guys. We didn't win that round. We failed. We got like 2 of the letters, 2 of the numbers that we were supposed to find. Like we were supposed to find numbers within this car. And as this car was going, like we only had 10 minutes. There was a timer going down. We had to find these numbers. And they were like going by really quickly and figuring out, we had to figure out the order and then punch them in. And then if we got it, we could leave. We died. But as we were going on, God, there were these lasers, there was like stun guns or whatever going off, and they were like, none of this stuff is gonna hurt you, but like, if you hit these lasers, the game ends. If you hit this escape button, you're like, that's the emergency stop, basically, and you guys can leave. So we were like the lasers we knew were fake, and we knew like if we hit them, the game was gonna end and like nothing else bad was gonna happen, but they were scary as hell in the moment. I don't know if there's audio in the video. The whole train was rigged with cameras for this escape room, okay? And they sent us all of that footage later. So I may have to make a little compilation of this because it's really funny because a lot of you seem to think that I'm secretly 5'9" or something. I'm 5'2". All these dudes were 6 feet and over, so I look like a gremlin running around this escape room with these giant journalists. I'm like waddling around. We died. We ran out of time. We were supposed to, I think we only found like 1 of the actual numbers. No, we found 2 of the numbers. We still died. He explained where 1 of them was. And I was like, oh yeah, we wouldn't have seen that because we were just trying to not get hit by the lasers. He was like, didn't tell us exactly what the numbers were, but the guy explained like where they would be. And then for the last number, he was like, just watch the lights. But then as I went through, I was like, crap, I don't have enough photos from inside the escape room to post with. And I couldn't post either of the ones that were taken of me in the train car because I just looked ridiculous. I was like, they're not going to be happy if I post these. I look dumb. So I was like, is there any way I could go through with another group so I can get more content? They were like, yeah, sure. Like the next group's going through. So I ended up going through with a couple other like more influencer YouTuber people. There was a couple of people that I recognized. I met a friend. Her name is Brandy. She's a model on Instagram. She's an influencer. Her and I were talking and we were quite literally like in almost the same exact outfit, except she had a full face on and her t-shirt white was like a cropped t-shirt. So she looked more like quite literally like the influencer version of what I was wearing. So food for thought for myself. This time I kind of like was like getting the sense of what was going on, and I was definitely watching the lights like out of the corner of my eye the entire time. We made it through this time, so that was fun. But yeah, no, there was like way more people in the car the second time. Overall, hot. They had food there other than ice cream, but they kept kind of like changing the time of when the food, they had a food truck. I think it was a fat burger truck. They kept like changing the time of like, oh yeah, no, that's gonna open up at 3:30. It's gonna open up at 4. It's gonna open up at 4:30. And I was like, I'm just gonna leave because it's hot. And also I had to go to my dad's place to house sit. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like head out. Overall, from these two events, these experiences, I guess you could say that I learned more than anything, being nice gets you the farthest ever. And I don't know if that's just like, they're just used to people being entitled or whatever. So like me just like keeping to myself and being polite and normal, like how I usually am, like that was like something, I don't know. Be just polite. That's really it. And then also, if you're invited anywhere, assume your photo's going to be taken. Just assume that you just gotta go full glam. Gotta get used to that. And yeah, I also learned that I hate 90% of what's in my closet. So keep an eye on my Depop because I'm gonna be going through everything. I just have a lot of stuff, too much stuff, arguably, that I rarely wear anymore. And that's just, I just need to go through it. That's just the case. I hold on to things because like, I like this shirt. Okay, you never wear it. You know, like I just need to go through stuff. I need to get better at taking selfies because I just like, I'm so used to setting up a timer and doing that now because I have all the time in the world in my apartment and I don't have that at events and stuff. So I got to get back at doing the whole like 2-3 clicks and hoping for the best or bursts or whatever. Have you ever been invited to an event, not as an influencer, but just like a +1 or as a journalist? Are you going to watch Dr. Death? Are you going to watch Tournament of Champions? I went and saw it last night. And frankly, again, I'm not doing reviews of the shows or stuff that I'm talking about, but I will say, I do find it a bit suspicious that one of the characters in Tournament of Champions, her group for an escape room was all influencers. And they invited a bunch of influencers to their escape room. It's a bit suspicious. Sony, are you secretly Minos? Should I be concerned? Anyway, that's going to be it. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. If you'd also like to support me on Patreon, they'll be listening down below. If you'd like to follow me on my social media, that'll be all up here. And that's going to be it. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. Some super riveting footage of me getting scared by steam. Thank you, Ali, Ellen, Alex, Braden, Cameron, Christopher, Chris, Cody, Colton, Crash PC, Destiny, Devin, Dirty One, Don, Elliot, Evan, Feckles, Hopeless Hollow, Jack Ray, Joe, John M, Jordan, Joseph, Kenny, Kevin, Kim, Kristen, Lex, Lisa, Louise, Monka, Matt O, Matthew S, Meme Lord the Red, Michael, Mike, Jane, Nathaniel, Pat, Penn, Prylock, Rob, Robert Ross, Sam, Skylar, Simon, Tasha, Timothy, Tom, Wendy, Williams, Zendry.